Hello, welcome back to solving equations with the distributive property. This is part 2. This time we're going to use the distributive property on both sides of the equal sign. Sometimes when we have our distributive property, we have fractions, and so this is a good example of that as well. So I'm going to write off to the side the process while they have described it here. So our equation is 3/4 times x minus 13 equals -2 times 9 plus x. And you'll see that we have this distributive property on both sides. This one looks a little different because it is in fraction form. And one thing that we can do is to get rid of the fraction by multiplying everything by 4, which means if I multiply this side by 4, I also need to multiply this side by 4. And what that does is just gets rid of this fraction here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our 4 times our 3/4, and then we're going to take, which is this whole thing here, and then we're also going to multiply 4 times everything here. So when I do that here, these cancel out, and so all I have left is my 3, and then I can bring down the rest of the information on that side of the equal sign. And then I have 4 times -2, which is -8, and then bring down everything in the parentheses as well. Now that I've gotten rid of this fraction, it's going to make just doing distributive property so much easier. So I'm going to take 3 times x and then 3 times 13. So that's 3x minus 39 equals -8 times 9 is -72 minus 8x, because -8 times 1 is -8. Now we're ready to determine which side of the equation we want the variable on. And I want to move this term here over, so I'm going to add 8x to both sides. So I get 11x minus 39 equals -72. Now I'm just down to a two-step equation. So I'm going to the opposite of subtraction is to add, so I'm going to add 39 to both sides. So the 39 is gone, 11x is on its own. -72 plus 39, different signs, so I'm going to find the difference. And that's going to give me a -33. Divide both sides by 11 to get rid of that 11 in front of the x. And x is going to equal -3. So this is the process they did. The biggest thing to learn here is that we wanted to get rid of this fraction, so we multiplied by the 4 so that I could get rid of that 4th. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at number 3. I have -4 times -5 minus b equals 1/3 times b plus 16. Where do I start? What's my first step? If you said multiply everything by 3 to get rid of this fraction here, you are correct. So 3 times everything here. 3 times -4 is -12 times -5 minus b. These two cancel out, and so then we just get 1 times b plus 16, which if I distribute that just becomes b plus 16. Distribute here, -12 times -5, that gives me a positive 60. And then -12 times -b gives me plus 12b. Now we have to decide which side we want the variable on. I'm going to subtract b from both sides. I'm going to get 60 plus 11b equals 16. Subtract 60. It's negative 44. Divide both sides by 11, and my answer is going to be what? Okay. Okay, I want you to take the time and work out question number 4, and then we'll move on.